Hi, I want to show you our 16-foot Superfly. This is the Northwestern series, made more for the Northwest, obviously, or someone that's going in the bigger wave trains. For example, the Salmon River in New York, this would be a great place to use this boat. This boat has our door, which we like to push on our higher sided boats, and we haven't done a video of that. We'll show that. But you can see it's just got higher sides. You know, good for the Green River, the salmon in New York, the Green River in Utah, the middle fork of the salmon, all kinds of these big, heavy wave waters. This boat has a cryptic fiberglass veil, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you can see it very good. It's kind of a cloudy Michigan day. We'll roll this around a little bit. This has a full level floor front to back. It's got a lot of availability to go, the seats to be moved in several different spots. This has got the ability to seat 1, 2, or 3, well actually 1 or 2 in the back. Yeah. I'll show you here, but so there's 3 spots here. I can put 1 in the middle. This is our middle of the road trailer. It doesn't have tilt or a catwalk, but it's got 14s, metal fenders, G2 boat buckles. It's got a spare. It's thought out pretty well. Front and rear anchor systems, both manual, which is kind of more common from there. I'll open the door here, and we'll get up from a little aerial view so you can see a little bit better. But it's still above the water line, so we don't have issues with water, but it's a lot easier to get in and out of. And then when you're going with the current, the door shuts that way. Just a couple latches that shut it. Pretty nice, pretty handy. Not that expensive of a feature, but a nice feature. This trailer also has swing tongue, green cottage winch. We'll get the camera guy on an elevated position, and I'll show you some of the interior options. Okay, this is the interior of their Superfly Northwestern. As many would say, lots of room for activities. The cool thing about this is the seats are strapped in with like a raft strap system. So you could literally take everything out of this boat, or you could put everything in it, because everything's strapped in. This rower's box is strapped in, and there's 3 spots, so you can move it frontwards and backwards. You can see the foot brace has quite a bit of room, so I can move this really anywhere, forward, backwards. Same with the double box. I can move that frontwards, backwards, depending on the gear or the people I have. It's got a really cool front anchor system. It's for the guys running motors, or if you're in some of those pools and you get kind of spun around a little weird. This has got an anchor nest built right into it if you don't want to mess around hanging around. So this hooks right here, so you can trailer it right down the road. We trailered it here, and I can run this front anchor system from the rower seat, which is pretty cool. So I can run it from the front, and then I can run the rear anchor system from here. So I have quite a captain's seat. Once again, front box straps down. We'll get a little closer look. We got some flush mount straps that you can move it forward or backwards. There's a bunch of room for the foot brace. I can move this frontwards or backwards. Tons of room for rod storage. I can have 8 rods going down the road. This has got the fancy Sawyer bandits in it. The integrated rod holders. That's the one thing everybody likes. You don't have to have the rod sitting on top of the seats, holding up room. Put some oars in here. Sawyer makes its own oar lock that kind of is tuned just for the smoker bandit. It's nice and light. And as you can see here, there's room. We got a spot for 1, 2, or 3. Well, actually just 1 or 2 back here. So I can go like this, and I have a nice flush seat. And you can see we glass those in, so there's no edge to catch a line on. We still put a couple cup holders here, and we put a spot to run your gas tank closed if you want to put the gas in here. We still have, this boat will drain sitting centered like this. You can see we have cutouts for the drain plugs. I have a couple more cutouts back here. We got an anchor nest here. I'm going to put the 2 seats in the back. But this is definitely nice for someone with a big family or someone using this commercially. You know, the more seats you can have, the more money you can charge. This boat also is equipped with navigation lights. It has a post in the back and a green and red post in the front. Another cool option it has, and this boat's pretty light in the option category for StealthCraft, is it has a bilge pump, and I just hook this electric cord, which is zip tied for transport, into this 12-volt power point with the gel cell, and I could set this bilge pump in here and drain the water out, which is a huge deal when it's raining hard and stuff like that. So a bunch of cool little options. This has a spaghetti mat going down, just gives me a little bit more grip in the winter and a little bit more softer to the feet in the summer. Another thing is you can see we have rod tubes here on the top, so I can put rods on top and strap them down here. Actually, one of these days I'll bring some rods to show how great our rod storage is. We'll throw this in the drink here on the Pier Marquette Road around a little bit and let you guys be. Once again, like I say, this anchor nest is really cool. I can travel down the road with it. Got all the cockpit here. This seat does 1 or 2 on a slide. You can see I can have just 1 seat on here, or I can have 2. 1 or 2 seating. So that's cool. And with this door here, I can easily step out and go net a big fish. We have another on-water overview of this, the 16-foot Superfly Northwestern. They say you can kind of see the rod storage on top here, which is kind of nice. Throw them on top, 4 underneath on both sides. Fly patches, reel patches. There's even a little piece of foam here, so your stuff kind of stays up there. It doesn't go back. You can see there's a key here, right there, so you can lock that. There's a battery in here. And then once again, we got our door. I'll use the door here when I get it out on the water. You can see we have a nice welded anchor nest. You can keep that anchor in the boat on the front one. It's kind of handy if you have the motor and that kind of stuff. These are the 9'6" Sawyer Bandits. On the market here. Push this out a little bit. And you can see the door is pretty much above normal line. These are 9'6" oars, which, you know, out west or something would be probably about right. Seems about the right size for a guy my size. When we get your boat, a lot of times we might ask you how tall you are, just so we can fit the oars to what you're doing. So you can see this boat still rows really good. It's got that nice beam, nice high sides to allow you to stay dry and, you know, in some pretty wet environs for sure. I'll get her flipped back over. Well, look, they say you can see, if we're motoring against the current, I can run this anchor. You can see that's holding me good. This is a good thing for oar rights. Put these oar right connectors on there, help out quite a bit. Now to pull this dude up real easily here. Clean it there. Spin her around. We're obviously always the best when it comes to different anchor systems, from powered to manual. The real benefit of this setup, which a lot of the guys like, is I really have a lot of options for, drop the wrong one. I have a lot of options as far as how to move my seat, so I can move it forward, move it back. If I was just running the motor back here, if I was just motoring around, I could just have it all open. So a lot of the guys of the Northwest, they'll be like screwing around out on the bay or something. I could take this out, all these seats out, just have this open platform to fish out of. run off of my bow anchor. Another thing that bow anchor systems can be cool is some of these spots you're in, you're spinning, you're in one of those like whirlpool-y runs, and you know you can use it that way. But obviously everybody's probably interested in how this door works. And you see it opens up this way, and it's still above the you know, the water line where you're not going to be getting a lot of water in. And then you shut her up, and you are good to go. So either way, we played with these quite a while. We put the door in the boat quite a while ago, and we only really see the need of it in a higher sided boat. So we've been putting doors in boats since 2006, but we don't push it that much or advertise for it that much because, like I say, most of our boats are made for low profile, blocking the wind and all that kind of stuff. So I'll roll this around a little bit more and do a few more little door demos, and we'll get you out of here.